Hello everyone, this is Mr. Katyusha, and today I have another video. Today I'm playing Napoleon, and we have two British armies and one French army. I'm playing as the British over here against two French armies and one Swedish army. So this is one of my favorite maps. It's Ligny, a river crossing type map with a few bridges. One there. It looks like the French have already
fallen to the enemy.
Crossed the river and they're taking two buildings here, so we're going to take those. Quite some good units here, a lot of foot and foot guards. I think 2 units offensible is somewhere in here. One right there, or just maybe one. Over here I have foot and some Highland foot guarding this bridge. 6 units here against their 5. 2 units on my dragoons there. My troops are now moving into position on this small area here. The British in the center here are moving up to secure this bridge, but it looks like the Swedish are not going to be nearly as aggressive as the French. Already having a very good position, being able to push in and take some buildings on the side of the river.
Moving out at the ball.
Some foot pushing up here. Getting ready to fire, already taking quite a lot of losses. Firing back at the 2 units of Polish Legion guarding the bridge here. They're yellow, greenish, and then blue. Firing back at my foot. It looks like now he's moving some Swiss foot and the 18th Regiment, the Brave, here to my flank. So I'm going to have to fall back there. French charging some Polish Legion here into my troops. I'm going to counter that. Looks like the Swedish sending their dragoons here. So this fight for these 2 buildings right here going on. The Swedish still just holding out here, especially on this flank, not really much going on. Looks like the French are taking their time since they see that these French are being very passive. They're going to move some troops to help us. Now this army over here doesn't seem like they have many units because looks like all of their troops are elite. So outnumbered here, the French on this side see that and they know that they can hold off. Now this is pretty much the exact opposite over here. A lot of units of militia with some elites and standard infantry, but some militia in the front here. So this army over here having numbers over quantity over quality, and this one over here having quality over quantity. Young guard and some old guard over here. That's pretty much his whole army. Swedish up here with a pretty normal army, just line infantry and some elites. A fight for the center here. It looks like the dragoons there didn't do too much damage. More Katyusha should fall, but definitely not going to do very well against the square, especially in melee, as they are a shooter cav. Should have definitely used this range there, but he charges right in. Now they're starting to lose some numbers around the bridge area here, so I'm going to fall back. Looks like I'm able to get some shots off here from my foot, my Highland foot, killing quite a lot of French troops here. So definitely working in my favor. I have enough troops where I can probably push up and maybe take this area, but for now I'm going to stay over there. Swedes pushing a lot of line infantry over here, a lot of their troops into this flank, but nothing really in the center. Looks like we are losing some troops in this house here. The French definitely have an advantage in this house, but over here the British look like they might have a chance to be able to push out the Polish Legion and Old Guard from this house, but that Old Guard is definitely going to be a really hard unit to track. Foot over here fighting against Swedish. Doesn't seem like they had time to get into a square. Maybe they did, but
our men are running.
Again, just a lot of cav getting cut down. Looks like some of my foot is falling back here. Polish Legion charging into my foot guards. Now this Polish Legion is about to break, so hopefully we can hold off. Now it looks like the French are holding the upper portion of the house, so they're able to get shots off and support their troops down below. Polish Legion is falling back now. somewhat of an even battle over here, though I am losing a lot of troops. My fencibles doing a pretty good job morale-wise of staying in the battle. Swiss foot getting flanked here by my unit of foot on the flank there. I'm sending my 2 units, Highland foot and foot, over to support my troops on this side. Some French lining up there. So then, I feel like this might get a little confusing over here with 2 units of French, but as long as we can kind of see who's who, shouldn't be too difficult. Over here, the French, I think I saw there, are losing a lot of troops. Only 32 soldiers left there, and 38 against quite a lot of British here. Right there. Though the British are starting to lose some of their momentum and taking some losses. Some militia coming in here to hold the river up here against the Swedish. Actually, all militia. Which is smart. Use them almost as kind of a meat shield. Over here, my foot are trying to get some shots off on this Swedish line of infantry so they can't enter the house. Looks like French cav is coming in, but again, Katyusha going into melee, definitely not a good idea. I have no idea why he wasted his shooter cav like this, because they can do a lot of damage if not melee. And these Katyusha at least got a shot off before getting into combat. These Katyusha just charged right in. Polish Legion, I'm not too sure if they ran on ammo or something, but they're charging in here. My fencibles, numbers-wise, should be able to take care of them. Not too sure, though. Over here, we broke the unit of Swiss foot. Now, all that is left is the unit of the Brave left there. My Highland foot. 3 units holding the bridge, but that's all I need, defending-wise, against the troops on this side. A lot of Swiss foot over here. Very cool-looking unit. The Swedish now taking up the main positions over here as the French have charged in like pretty much all they had left over here. But it looks like they do have quite a lot of reinforcements pushing in here. This area has become not really much left, so if the French over here wanted to, they could probably push over and take this side and eventually come around and help take out the Swedish. But the French here, definitely not a good sight. A lot of his elite reserve here, Old Guard, Young Guard, pushing in. These Polish Legion being pushed back here.
Our men are running.
My unit routed. I was kind of quick, but they did it anyway. Now the French have come to reinforce my troops in this building. But there is also Swedish troops helping out. And over here, it looks like we should be able to take this building pretty quickly. We do have help from other units over here, firing into the building, lowering the morale of the Old Guard. But that Old Guard will stay there for a little while longer, having good morale, but it looks like they're starting to break. A unit of Polish Legion just barely slipping in there. Not many troops left, taking a lot of casualties. Foot moving up here. And again, more of the elites pushing over, but the French and Swedish still not committing their entire armies over, which might help in this situation, as our armies are very split up here. Some of the Young Guard back here, Old Guard. Old Guard's definitely somewhat of an OP unit, but it is Napoleon, so what do you expect? Brave now falling back here, not quite breaking, but definitely taking some losses there. Now Lancers and Shooter Cav still in the back. Haven't really done much at all, shooting wise. Mounted Jaegers over here. But again, just not really. It looks like they're about to get in line to shoot, but still taking casualties here. Not really. Lifeguards afoot and line infantry. Especially this unit of line here, taking a lot of damage. Now, I think this might be my unit. I hope not, because this looks extremely stupid. Wait, no. This might be my troops in the back here, holding that line. Now, I see that I am losing a lot of morale and troops over here. So I'm sending 2 other units, the Fencibles and Foot, over. I think the Fencibles broke and came back, so we need as many troops as we can get. Foot now pushing up to a more favorable position atop this small little area here in the bushes. It's kind of hard to see their target, but
Our
as
men
long as
are
they hit
running,
it.
sir.
Now, the Swedish and French are getting a lot of friendly fire here, especially on this Swedish unit. Literally standing right in front of these young guard. Now going in for a charge, it seems like right before a really good charge there of Hussars. Even if it was just to stop some of the firing there, some of the rate of fire. Definitely getting a really good charge, taking out a lot of troops there. Some guys went flying over here. Now that will be quickly countered by some more incoming cav and gunfire. They did do a really good job there of helping me secure this area and moving up more troops. Now French coming up to support the area. Some old guard, which will definitely help us secure this position a little bit better. Over here it seems like we've done a little bit more casualties on that unit over there, the 18th Regiment. The Fencibles doing a pretty good job actually pushing them back. Over here 3 units still waiting there, my 2 units of Dragoons, which will actually help out a lot later, as you will see. Highland Foot, some troops rallying here. The French taking this position, I'll let them do that because they have a lot more troops than me, but I will guard the flank with my Fencibles there. Here we're just trying to gain as much ground as we can. It looks like we have pushed back the French, but they will send up some more units. Some old guard there. Some mounted Jaegers holding. Looks like some of my troops are running. So, some of the last troops from the house retreating back here. My most elite troops, my foot guard, a unit of militia and young guard fighting against old guard and Polish Legion. Sending some more troops in there, and I'll send a unit of foot as well. Maybe, or I'll just stand here and shoot into the building, which might do some pretty good damage, or at least hold the flank over here. It seems like, which is what I'm about to do. This unit's almost dead, so I might as well just help out and take out some of the old guard there. So their elites are now holding this flank, which when I was playing the battle I did not realize that it was elite infantry. But again, this French army has become very depleted, taking a lot of losses in this area here. The Swedish overall did not win that line battle on this river here, which is not too good for them. Over here, the French still holding out, not really much going on over here, both French armies. Now this battle is infantry, not infantry. This battle is interesting because the rules were no skirmishers and no artillery, and just whatever cav and line infantry or elites. Anything with, I think it's 80 range, or Empire is 70 I think, but I don't remember, but anything that's not a skirmisher or like a light infantry, and just lines and elite infantry, which is very interesting. So just the brunt of an army fighting each other here. Nothing special or anything, but still a pretty interesting battle overall. Artillery on this map can be OP because just batters a building down and then can't really use it anymore. NCW3 though, it takes a really long time to actually destroy a building with artillery. Speaking of NCW3, I'm trying to get it to work because I know you guys love that, but it's kind of hard because I'm missing some kind of Qt5 files or something like that, so I'll have to check that out and get it working again, get back into that. Old Guard, some of the other Old Guard holding this bridge area here. Now, the French definitely do outnumber us, so if they pushed all together now and took the bridge, that was really dorky. Said all together now. Coldstream Guards holding back here near this church, the random graveyard there. So again, not too much going on in this point of the battle. The armies just holding back together. It looks like we've finally taken this building. My foot pushing in there. And yeah, so we've secured this area, pushing back the Swedish and French for good, until they come back, of course. Some depleted units though, definitely, on both sides, but the French do have a lot more of healthy infantry left. And eventually we're going to push in and take out some troops. Now I just wanted to make sure over here I didn't miss anything, but my dragoons should go in soon. Which, like I said earlier, you'll see why they're very important in this battle. Though they don't do a ton of damage. Over here, Swiss foot falling back, taking a lot of casualties from my foot and my fencible. My unit of fencibles here, the MVP by far. A very crappy unit, but not doing too bad. So, pretty good there. Over here, it looks like I'm moving up some of my Highland foot, taking unnecessary casualties, which is not what I want. Looks like they're about to fire back, maybe. I don't know if they're in range or not. Gonna retreat them here. So, only 3 units over here to push, so I'm gonna have to be really careful with them. Some French units still in the back, so overall, not too much going on again, but it will definitely get interesting pretty soon, but right now, in all battles, there's a little bit of time. It looks like my dragoons are about to go in now, pushing up here to this part of the bridge. Moving my foot back closer to the bridge, ready to attack. Now, pushing up some foot to see the distance of how they fire. Kind of testing, which I probably didn't want to take that many casualties with. Getting some shots back, but then I should retreat them pretty soon because it's not very good. There we go. Okay, so about this point of the bridge, now I'm gonna charge over my dragoons. These poor guys are gonna get chewed up, but at this point you'll see why.
Following orders.
Now, what I'm trying to do is push in my dragoons as somewhat of a meat shield, which probably shouldn't have chosen dragoons for that, so they're a bit of a heavier cap. But pushing them up and then using them as a meat shield so that way I can get my troops across while all of these guys get shot. Charging in here though, doing some good damage. This unit almost getting in, but they're stopping on the bridge for some reason.
Our men are
Actually,
running,
it seems like they're gonna fall back there. It's not that they're firing at the cab. I can push units directly into the front of the French and take out a lot of troops. And this unit has already taken quite a lot of casualties, so hopefully take them out. This unit's in a square, so still not prepared. And the French now getting a ton of friendly fire and shooting pretty much into dirt. Except for this unit, getting some good shots off. A lot of friendly fire here, one from about 110 down to 99. So the friendly fire, breaking this unit without even me shooting at them. So here, a pretty good strategy, using that meat shield. I thought at first it wouldn't work. It was pretty tense, but it seems like we did do a pretty good job there. Moving this unit to the flank to take out some Swiss foot. Now, these units are losing quite a lot of morale. This unit right here getting a ton of friendly fire. It's not what they want. But the French reacted kind of late, and the Swedish as well. Moving in troops now. Shooter cav, hopefully they use them. Well, hopefully they use them for melee, just charge them in instead of using them as, well, instead of shooting, which is what we don't want, a ranged attack. Moving over more Katyusha wall, so I gotta be really careful for this here. The incoming cav and French troops coming onto my flank here, so I'm gonna have to be ready for that. Now it seems like French are sending over some troops as well, so the French coming to support their allies here, or I guess the French supporting the French with the Swedish. Should win this engagement over here, but on this side, losing a lot of troops. Breaking this unit over here, sending cav to make up for it. Now, I'm not sure if they shoot, but it looks like they were just about to go into a charge. Form the square, and then I get right out of that because that doesn't make any sense. Highland foot now shooting at this unit, but they are taking a lot of casualties from friendly fire here, which will definitely work to our favor. Old guard pushing up, some more old guard. Looks like moving up to this position along the river bank, but might as well just get right across because there's no point. Moving my dragoons over again. Almost not taking many casualties at all.
Used all its ammunition, sir.
One of my units has just used its, all of it. All its ammunition, my Highland foot. Gonna charge them across, but they won't last very long. Poor Scotsman here. Mowed down. Shattered there. Now, It looks like I did not form a square, which is very unfortunate. But these Dragoons should be able to clean up these Chasseurs before any major damage is done. But the Young Guard are now forming on my flank. So using somewhat of my strategy there that I used earlier as a cav as a meat shield. Now I'm pushing up troops to my flank, so definitely not good. Now I've pretty much won on this flank, which is very good. More French coming across, so buying some time for the French to come. Over here, the British have pushed across the bridge actually, and have moved into this building, but they aren't going to last very long. Being outnumbered, a unit of elites, 2 units of line infantry, and the British are starting to break here, but getting support from the line infantry. Over here, the French and other French, I guess, are pretty even. But these are elites, so they would probably lose that battle. So still staying there, moving all of their troops over here to support, or almost all of them. Highland Foot pushing up here to fire on the Life Guards of Foot. Gonna fire pretty soon. Oh. Actually, they're gonna shoot at the building, which is pretty unfortunate.
Our men are running, sir.
Some of my troops are running over here on this side. Seems like they got somewhat of a successful charge off. Taking out pretty much all the infantry over here has lost. They've lost all their infantry, or most of it. Which is really good for us. Taking over this flank and this slight hill here. Very bloody engagement here, especially for the French and my troops. I lost everyone except for 1 unit of foot. Everyone else broke or got completely killed off. It seems like my Dragoons have been decreased to only 5 men. Over here, the Young Guard falling back to the safety of their troops. Life Guards of foot, an extremely strong cav unit. Grenadiers of Cheval charging in. When I first played this game, I thought they could throw like grenades from horseback, but that would be cool. That would be kind of weird. Charging into the flank of the Young Guard here, or potentially they're going for mounted Jaegers, which is a very smart attack because these shooter cav can be extremely OP if not taken care of quickly. They can counter pretty much anything because they're fast and have pretty good range. Highland Foot being broken there, so not really too much going on this flank over here. This house will be very vital in taking, always a really important house to take early on, or just taking it, period. Now my army is being pretty badly depleted here, but I'm going to try to do whatever damage I can. Moving in a foot here to support. In case the French ever come down towards the bridge, get some shots off, do some damage. Just trying to do as much damage and support my allies as much as I can. Grenadiers of Cheval catching up to this unit of Life Guards of Force here. Now if they turned around, they could actually probably be able to beat the Grenadiers of Cheval, but being hit in the flank here and taking some casualties. Some nice white horses here. Taking a lot of casualty stuff from the flank there, so the Grenadiers of Cheval, even though they might be a little bit lighter than the Life Guards of Force, definitely have a slight advantage here. Now, the French only got 2 units out of there. The Young Guard and Fusiliers of Line ran the bridge all the way around. It's going almost all the way to the edge of the map over here. So, definitely tired out. Over here, the French moving up more units over there. And at this time in the battle, we're at a slight disadvantage because the Swedish are still really strong and the French still have quite a lot of units, and we're the ones that have to cross the bridge. I mean, we could wait, but that would be kind of a boring battle. So here, a firefight between both buildings going on. Over here, it's Foot Guards fighting for this building against units of line infantry and Life Guards of Foot. They're Life Guards. It's interesting name. Militia pushing out of this building now, getting ready for an attack on these French troops up in the hill. Now the French definitely have a much better position than us, so this is going to be a really hard battle.
Pick your targets.
Now, this is kind of a surprise to me because I don't remember if we win or not. Looks like the line infantry have actually been pushed out of the building. The foot guards are definitely taking a lot of casualties though. But they are doing good damage to these troops. Shattering there. Militia still over here. Now the French, this whole battle, have pretty much done nothing. There are no casualties at all. There's no dead bodies or anything over here. So no real damage going on over there. The entire battle. Over here, the French definitely have a much stronger position than the Swedish. No one is occupying this house. Thought I just saw the bullet go through the house there. It's a little weird. Unless it was a perfect shot going through all the windows. The French getting ready to push up here. Now, since I'm running out of a lot of troops, I'm probably just going to push them up as a meat shield. But the French don't have many troops either. Most of their troops are militia and they're depleted, so it's not going to be great. The French charging in some cav here, slowing down the French advance over the bridge, and letting their troops get a lot more shots in. Because the French on this side are outnumbered here, so try to get any advantage they can. But these Old Guard are pretty much just shooting dirt. Old Guard are pushing up. Or kind of shooting the road, so that's not necessarily dirt. My foot holding here, pretty strong, getting ready to go over, but it looks like they're not in range, so you could push over the bridge and you still might not be, well, you might be in range once you get to this area. But being able to maybe form a line before taking too many casualties.
One of our units has
there we
used all
go,
its
so the shooter
ammunition
cav
up.
there doing some damage, but then immediately charging. So the French being quickly taken care of there, which is not good because we need that side. Over here, my foot taking a lot of casualties. It looks like they never even got to shoot before being broken. Over here, still not much going on in the center. A lot going on this flank though. My foot pushing up to, I believe they push up onto the other side of the river. Now the Old Guard's gonna form a square there, doing a lot of damage to the Chasseurs Fall. Now, he should have used the Chasseurs Fall, pushed them back a little bit, and just shot at the square, because that would have done a lot more damage. Looks like this unit of Old Guard did not form a square in time, but they're still taking a lot of casualties. Now, if the Swedish and French on the other side use their range cav a little more efficiently, using their guns maybe a little more, they probably could have done a lot more damage in this battle, and it might have been a little bit quicker. But right now, it seems like not. I'm gonna fire. They're getting some casualties on this unit, which I did not like. Friendly fire always sucks. So I'm gonna push them over to the flank here. Now I did get some good kills on this unit over here, but a lot of elites holding this flank, so it's gonna be hard to push through them. And there are still French over here on the flank. I charged a unit of
Our men are running, sir.
foot, I believe, over into this unit of Old Guard, but didn't really stand a chance. Lifeguards of course, a pretty healthy unit. Losing only 2 men the whole battle over there. The general's gonna fall back. Now it looks like we have a massive British cavalry charge coming in, which is gonna be very cool, pretty epic. Moving in here, lifeguards in the battle, away from their pool. It's a really corny joke, but anyway, looks like they're about to push up. Really heavy cav unit should be able to deal with at least some of the troops here. At least the lifeguards of course, maybe pushing to the Old Guard, but they can still form a square. They have enough troops for that, which is something we do not need.
If they want to fight, I'll give them one.
Some foot and Old Guard falling back here. Now over here, I have some foot forming up along the river, getting some shots off, hopefully. Exchanging with the guard seamen there. kind of a bad name for a unit, but whatever. Over here, Old Guard shooting into this building. Not really doing too much damage against the militia, but this unit of foot here is going to be depleted pretty quickly. Getting shot on by 3 units here. The general seemed like he went over for a charge, but didn't really do too much, just fell back. The Coldstream Guards, and I believe the 42nd Black Watch is in there somewhere, or just Highland Foot, and a lot of units there. I think one is, I don't know, but there's a lot of units in here, a lot of elite units. Looks like they're gonna push over pretty soon. They should have probably just gone for this building. It looks like they're gonna try to move over and help me on this flank, but if they just went for this building and took it, definitely could have helped us out. Wait, now it looks like they're going for the building, so I'm not sure what they're doing over there.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
I guess just some bolts going overhead, killing only one of the guys. Over here, now the French are moving all their units over, and now this could have been a really good opportunity for these 3 units of French troops, but it looks like they're not going to push over for a little while longer. They could push over and take the flank, possibly, which would have been bad for us, but it looks like they're not going to do that. These 2 units of militia holding the house, lifeguards afoot. Over here, it looks like the lifeguards afoot. The other unit charged in, but didn't do much damage. Getting stuck on the bridge here, so a little bit of a glitch. So lifeguards afoot, keep saying that, came over in the flank and took out some troops here, but took a lot of casualties as well. Lifeguards are over here taking casualties before even getting over the bridge. Now, these units over here are becoming a little bit more depleted, except for this one over there. But it's definitely not going too well for us at this point. We had it pretty good in the beginning, but now we're just being outnumbered and being over... I don't know. We're just being overwhelmed by a lot of troops. Militia pushing into this building here, hopefully getting some kills. Black Watch firing off into some of the lifeguards afoot over here. Doing some damage, but not enough, unfortunately. They should probably break soon. My poor general is just going to stand here, hopefully improve the morale of these troops over here. Yeah, but it's not looking good for us at all. Old Guard holding in a square over here, so not much left on this flank except for this one unit that survived the battle, or everyone else just left to the other flank. So again, it's not a total wipe or roll, whatever you want to call it.
All hope is lost, sir. This battle is almost done.
Because we did do a lot of damage to the enemy, but right now it's not looking good. Probably lose this battle, I don't remember. Now the French should have ran over the flank here and onto the hill, but instead they're moving the troops, which either way it's still probably going to help. The rear Coldstream Guards getting shot to the flank of the Sino Flight Guards afoot. Now getting stuck in the bridge here, so kind of a glitch for both units, but they were already low on troops. The Black Watch should be able to deal with these guys pretty quick.
Sir, your general has been killed.
My general died.
This is a black day.
Looks like they charged over. Got totally wiped out there. Only 1 man is left, but it's probably gonna get... Yeah, he got killed. So no one from the general's bodyguard survived the battle. Most of my army got killed off. And the French are holding over here with 2 units of Swiss foot and militia, which against this old guard isn't going to do too much. Should be able to take the building. But the general staff running in here, doing some damage, at least, so... The Swedish here, ending with pretty much the most troops out of anyone. Ratio-wise, I guess, and infantry-wise. So now we're starting to lose our generals, losing morale, losing troops, losing everything. 42nd Black Watch pushing here to delay the Young Guard, so that way the French can get at least some more damage. These poor men sacrificing their lives for a a random battle, whatever you want to call it. Looks like we've lost the third general. This is a 3v3, so we've lost all of our troops. Over here, the French are starting to run on the building. We've lost the building and the game, pretty much. Yeah, that's the game, I'm pretty sure. Everyone's been taken out. So, here are the stats. Unit statistics, let's see who. 1 kill. Wow, those Dragoons did a very good job. Highland Foot getting 136 kills, so not great. Also lost pretty much their whole unit. I lost the most troops. That's nothing out of the ordinary, but I did deploy the most troops. And I killed the most troops. Third most in the whole match. I was in the thick soup doing all the fighting. Well, not all of it. That's actually not true. But just kind of everywhere, helping the other armies out. But I did get a lot of help from our French ally. But in the end there, just the assault, we were just calling each other noobs. I mean, I wasn't, but people were going back and forth on the teams because no one wanted to cross the river, because obviously whoever crossed the river there would take heavy casualties. And I mean, I'm sure if they crossed the river, we probably could have won that battle. But it just goes whatever. At least it wasn't just sitting there for like 20 minutes shooting each other with artillery, or just shooting each other, or just standing there. It was pretty exciting. But anyway, that's the battle. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. And by the way, just wanted to say something. I dropped the intro for this video just because when I merge videos, it just makes it kind of blurry, makes the quality bad. So if you're wondering, that's why there's no intro. Maybe until I fix that, but for a while, maybe for the rest of my career, my YouTube career, probably won't have an intro. But anyway, like I said, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.